you face.
Oh, that we face, because we were a good defensive team ourselves. But I would say those 90s Bulls, of course. The bad boys, without question, in Detroit.
Speaking of
and
Detroit.
Utah. Don't sleep on Utah.
Yeah. Speaking of Detroit, Ben Wallace, boys are no joke. And the Spurs, Texas Towers, Dave Robinson, Tim Duncan.
That wraps it up for here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later on.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice. When he hears my voice just yelling at him normally, now he gets to hear me break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
he likes it.
Yeah.
DA, it's all yours.
The Bucks took a massive leap in coach Mike Budenholzer's first season in Milwaukee. Budenholzer said he joined the organization at the perfect time. The new facilities, the energetic fans, the great roster, ownership, front office, everything is set up to have great success. And he added, I feel fortunate to be the coach. Kevin?
The feeling, no doubt, mutual. Thanks, DA. Bill, in the age of positionless players and positionless basketball, is there any player that your opinion is more versatile than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I think KD is probably more versatile because he can basically do anything you want offensively and guard for the 5 positions defensively. I think what makes Giannis so unique is he's basically a center, but doesn't have to play center and can play any of the 5 positions. But if you look at his stats last year versus any Shaq season, it's basically the same season. He's doing 27 and 13. He's protecting the rim. You don't think of him as a center, but he really is. But I think what makes him special and what is the next level for him is his ability to play point forward or point center on one end, but then protect the rim on the other end. And once he adds that last piece offensively, which, you know, for Kawhi, it wasn't until, 2017?
Exactly.
And he had that, all of a sudden he could create that little 18-footer for himself, and then he became unstoppable. That's the last piece for Giannis.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Bradley Beal is out there with Brown, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. And for Milwaukee, Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point guard position.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
And the ball handling of Antetokounmpo, my goodness, really unreal. For a guy his size, his dribbling is ridiculous.
Now here's Brown. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Offline from the top of the key.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
There's the lob. Antetokounmpo, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
Now here's Brown. Good. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Antetokounmpo. That shot is off. And Washington the other way now. And with the 2K Esports League, Bill, players not only get a salary, they can also sign endorsement deals. They're celebrities now unto themselves.
So what are the endorsement deals that the 2K players sign? Is it like hat? Because you're not really moving. Nobody can people see your clothes? They can, right?
They can see your
sneakers,
clothes.
hats,
Maybe it's a hat. Maybe it's
drinks,
a shirt. All of it.
Do the announcers get endorsement deals? Where's our endorsement deal?
Well, if they don't, we could probably make the stab for it right here.
I'm ready.
This is the venue to do it right here.
I'm ready to do whatever.
Let's change the culture.
CTC.
Now here's Middleton. Following the miss by Che. Bledsoe outside. The Bucks working the ball around. Yep, that one goes. And it's 6 points for Giannis.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Shea inside. Guarded by Bledsoe.
And Antetokounmpo's 7'3" wingspan, extraordinary. I mean, he's effective in rejecting shots, bothering shots, and stealing the ball.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Bledsoe against Brown. Brown outside. Back to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. Brown's got 10 points in the game.
Shea does not like to let a 3 go unanswered. He wants his team to have the momentum.
Giannis right side. And it's good. 2 points. He's got 8.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Shot from the wing. Again, the Wizards score.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Passes it to Lopez. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Brown. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. 3-point lead. Beal finds Brown. Brown outside. We've seen a handful of players land the Supermax contract bill. By and large, how do you see those deals working out?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. You know, it's so much money and it's such a big part of somebody's salary cap. And you're just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen John Wall is the worst case scenario of it, but the situation Charlotte was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team, and now his Supermax is $240 million instead of $180. Like, that's crazy. And in a salary cap league, to pay $50 million a year from somebody is just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are going to be in this position with Giannis, where he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120. How are you going to put a good team on
You can't maneuver.
You can't. No. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like $32 million or something. Make it so that it's not
a percentage of the total cap.
Yeah, make his cap figures 32, even if you're paying him 55, and then that way people could compete with him.
You know, even though it took him a minute to get into the league, every basketball fan out there knew Che's name before he ever set foot on an NBA court.
Now here's Middleton. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Here's Bledsoe. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession. And now we have a moment to recognize the player of the week in the Eastern Conference, Shea.
They say defense wins championships. Well, it also wins awards, and his defense during this stretch has been nothing short of jaw-dropping. He has been disruptive with his challenges and has accounted for a metric ton of turnovers with his ball hockey. You have to give it up to this man.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Wesley Matthews.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Bell, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Shea outside. Fires from the wing. That one wide left.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Bill, do you ever think we're going to eliminate conferences in the NBA playoff seeding?
I think that they would have done a 16-seed no-conference playoff format years ago. I think they were really worried about the travel then. And they've looked at it, and they've really studied it, and they've looked at the effects of, let's say Boston plays Portland in round one, and you're flying 3,100 miles or 3,200 miles in 3 time zones and all that stuff, and it's a 2-2-1-1-1 series. what is the effect on the team if it goes 7? I think they're really afraid of it. I wish they did it. I don't like the conferences. I don't really understand them. And over the course of NBA history, they've been really confused by the conferences. I wrote about this in the book of basketball, where we had years where San Antonio was playing in the East for a while, and Baltimore was in the West. Which, go look at a map. Baltimore being in the West is ridiculous. Baltimore was in the West and Philly was in the East, and they're like 50 miles away from each other.
Yeah, made no sense.
So they've never really 100% figured out the conferences. And I just think the 1 through 16 makes more sense.
It would sure be better basketball.
It would be better.
Yeah.
And though he's still young, Giannis Antetokounmpo is already elite. I mean, his athleticism and length is really hard to contain.
All right, a chance to look at stats for Che. The past month has been surreal. Almost 4.5 steals and over 2.5 blocks. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
And the basket by Hill.
Commendable awareness by Hill, noticing the defense was sagging off of him as the pass was coming, and then just squaring up and knocking it down.
Washington calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Bill, if you were building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
Still
turning
young
25 this year. I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him. He's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's how I
Brown, good.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Pass to Hill. And here's Bell, covered by Wall. Giannis with it, working on Bergeron. It's good. Giannis has got 15.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Brown. Again, the Wizards score.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. It's good. 17 points in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And that one's good to go from Che.
You know, with his in-between game working, Che can cause all kinds of problems. I mean, the mid-range jumper, a real important shot for him.
The Bucks working the ball around. Hill finds Antetokounmpo. Here's the 3. Another shot. Rebounded by the Wizards. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Can't get it to fall.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple of years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players.
And still stay competitive.
Build
so
the
they kept the momentum of their franchise.
Yeah, they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics...
Bucks leading by 5. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Bledsoe is out there with George Hill. And it's Bell in at center. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far. And when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Milwaukee.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Looking at the last game for the Bucks, it was a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
What a duel that was. Exciting all the way to the end. Really a shame someone had to walk away with an L.
I tell you, it's too bad one of them had to lose because I thought both teams were evenly matched in that game.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Hawks provided a nice lift. He had 10 points and worked hard on defense, recording a number of blocked shots and steals as well. They're winning games all over the place, and he's been a factor in that success. His confidence has to be soaring. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. The aggressiveness, Greg, he showed the other night. We'll see if he can match that intensity here.
I'm a believer. I think he can produce at the same level tonight.
And, I'm curious, guys, to see whether the defense plays him straight up, plays him honestly, or do they deny him, trap him, whatever they can do to force the ball out of his hands. We'll see. Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Now Bell, 8 points his last outing. It's back to Hill. Giannis inside. Hachimura grabs the miss. Hachimura's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Beal. And the shot is long. Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it. I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of so many NBA players now doing the same thing?
And we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, and we have Vince Carter and Ken Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens. You got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just babble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. JJ is clearly going to go into media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good. Yes. So I think you need a little more talent at it than people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. You have to really stick to it.
Middleton finds Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. The pass to Hill. From deep three-point range. Milwaukee the rebound. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
The Bucks have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
The numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Wizards trail by 13. Pass to Beal. Brown against Bledsoe. Tries from 16. He gets that one. 34 points for Shea.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack. but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
Giannis outside. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Bucks have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. And Bell no good on that one.
And Bell is on a mission to show how special he can be. An athletic, energetic forward who plays with a real passion.
Passes it to Che. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Brown's got 9 points in the quarter.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
And entertaining as always. Bill, thank you so much for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Thank you. Just, I don't want to do any Celtic games. Can we not do that? I don't want to see that team. Let's do the other teams.
Okay. And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Here's Bertinis. Chalk up 2 there. Bergeron's got 5 now.
Che knows to have his head up at all times, scanning the floor, because that way you can deliver to an open teammate on time, on target.
And Bell kicks to Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe against Brown. Shot's good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got his first points of the game.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
The drive by Hill. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Brown against Bledsoe. Here's Antetokounmpo, and good. Got the English that time as it falls. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
So on the floor for Washington, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Bradley Beal is out there with Brown, and it's Brown in at the 3 spot. Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh, my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight.
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones. some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
Pass to Che, over Bledsoe, and Che gets it to go. Che's got 41.
He is just self-willing his team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
Antetokounmpo finds Middleton. That one goes in.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Brown, the pass to Brown. Nice ball movement by Washington. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
On the inside now, Che will battle you. He'll fight. He doesn't let contact rattle him.
First free throw is good. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis's decision looming.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Wizards trail by 18. It's Brown on the wing. Shea, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop-to-loop all day long on the highlight reel.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Hey, offensive rebound. Positioning is important, but nothing's more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
Brown, the pass to Brown. The 19-foot shot. Here's Bryant, and the layup's good off the glass. Bryant's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboards.
And they double up on Antetokounmpo. For 3, Middleton, good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Giannis has got 6 assists in the game. The Wizards have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the 3rd. Shea up top, guarded by Bledsoe. Brown against Middleton. Brown kicks to Che. Over Bledsoe. And it's Brown missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Bledsoe finds Middleton.
The athleticism of Middleton puts defenders in a rough spot. I mean, sometimes you just have to whack him and hope he misses the shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities. Marvin
Williams has checked in for the Bucks. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Wesley Matthews. The Wizards also changing it up. John Wall comes. Middleton.
Has put a lot of work in on his game. I mean, a ton of work. Really carving out a nice spot in the league as a result of his hard work.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Robin Lopez has checked in for Lopez, and it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Bertanis, he's checked in for the Wizards. Brown comes in for Troy Brown. Hill, no good. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Baseline try, and it's Che missing.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And stolen by Che. And here we go. Che heading to the hoop. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, "I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win. Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. And here's Middleton. 17 points in the game. Hill up top. Outside Williams. Poked away. Trying to end the drought. He can't get that one. Nice D from Bryant. Wizards trail by 21. For the finish. And the dunk by Jay.
Shea is doing it all tonight, and they can't do anything to slow him down.
For Milwaukee, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Knocked loose, and Milwaukee has possession. Here's DiVincenzo. Napier covering. Down low. Brown jams it in.
And, you know, that right there is a case of Shea knowing how to use his body to not only shield the defender, but to get the and one chance, too.
And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bucks?
Guys, how about all the second chance points they've been able to convert throughout the game?
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
The pass to Lopez. Hill looking around. Middleton inside the three-point line. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Here's Wall. It's good. Wall's got 6 in the quarter.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Hill against Brown. Outside Hill. To end the cold streak. Here's Lopez, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
A guy that doesn't give up on the glass. Lopez, a real force at rebounding the ball.
Clark, among the bigs, which one do you think runs the floor the best?
Boy, I tell you, Anthony Davis is gazelle-like, and this guy is north of 7 feet tall and is just agile and quick in getting up and down. I think I'd put him at the top of the list. Clint Capella is in that category, and Giannis Antetokounmpo as well. But a lot of times he has the ball and is taking it rack to rack.
He does. He brings it up like a guard, and no one can stop him.
Nobody can stop that guy when he gets coming downhill at you.
Here's Che. Rebounded by Bell. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Hill. Che with the block.
Making an impact with his defense. I know how important that is to Che in every game he plays. He wants to get it done at both ends.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Wizards trail by 16. Brown the pass to Bertens. Back to Che. Left side Wall. Here's Brown. He got it again. Sensational.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Here's DiVincenzo. Covered by Wall. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Here's Brown. Great D that time from Middleton.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Feeds to Brown. Connects again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now.
Boy, you can see Che's eyes getting wide, knowing the throwdown is there for him. And oh, how this fella loves to bang it home.
Pass to Middleton. Beyond the arc. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Antetokounmpo comes in for Robin Lopez, and Wesley Matthews subbed in for Chris Middleton. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Shay's got 55.
And it looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Here's the lob into the Kumbo, and Giannis throws it down.
Man, how about the vision of the hometown hero, George Hill, spotting a teammate and whipping it over quickly.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
Floats one up, and the layup is good. Hill's got 13.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
The kick out to Wall. Nice ball movement by Washington. It's tipped. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Giannis passes to DiVincenzo. Back to Giannis. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Boy, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Hill against Wall. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Shay's got his 5th assist in this one.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got Bell. Matthews out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's George Hill, and it's Bledsoe in at the 1. It's Beal on the wing. Back to Brown. To the paint. It's stolen by Bell. Giannis with it. Pass to Bell. Back to Matthews. Clock at 6. Shoots over Beal. Tries again. And Giannis will lay it in. Giannis has got 46 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Baseline Jay on the way. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Jay. Brown's got his 6th assist on the night. Bledsoe looking around. Inside. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Brown. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Milwaukee leading by 16. To the middle. Here's Bell. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way. It looked like that was going to be blocked, but then he pulled the Houdini act and flipped it in for the score.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Matthews with it. Now Beal defending. It's Hill on the wing. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Wizards. Hachimura's got 6 rebounds in the game. Brown and the dunk by Che.
Well, I think that's what you want to see. I mean, Che not settling for a spot-up jumper, but driving the ball and scoring on the move.
Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Outside, out of the Kumbo. The kick out to Hill. Launches it. Kept alive. Knocked away. And stolen by Che. The finish. Brown jams it in.
Che doing it all at both ends. Rack to rack. Heads up defense leads to offense.
Bucks leading by 12. Bledsoe passes to Bell. Tipped away and taken away by Brown. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way. Count it. Good. Hachimura's got his first points of the night.
And when you thought this fourth quarter was simply a formality, all of a sudden the offense picks up, and now we have a game.
Can't quite put my finger on it, but something gave them a jolt, and now they're knocking down everything. We've got some fireworks in store for us down the stretch.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since. The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
It's back to Hill. 6 to shoot. Back to Bell. Over Beal. No good from Bell. And the Wizards with possession. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. Brown outside. It's Beal on the wing. He's guarded by Hill. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Hachimura.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez comes in for Jordan Bell. And Middleton subbed in for George Hill. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Brown's checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He said, "This is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play." In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Here's Hachimura. No good. Giannis with some nice D.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
Stripped away. Here's Hachimura. Antetokounmpo defending. Brown kicks to Brown. Outside, Beal. Back to Brown. Wizards passing it around. Che drives in. Count that bucket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Lopez, and right on target with the swish. And the Bucks lead by 9.
Lopez is really dangerous as a shooter if you give him space to catch and then shoot.
Beal finds Brown. Bryant trying to free himself up, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. Brown no good on the free throw.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backcourt.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense has taken a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender, who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long three.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
And the free throw, no good.
You know, Wes Matthews plays with that chip and edge that comes from not being drafted. He's a quality player now, and I think that edge has served him well throughout his career.
And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. That three off the mark.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And another one falls.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Now the pass to Lopez. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. And here's another update on the All-Star voting. Just a couple of days left now to cast your ballot.
Yeah, and it's coming down to the wire now, Kevin. A tense time for some of these players.
Well, you look at Antetokounmpo. Right now he leads in the East, getting plenty of ballots with his name on it.
And as much of an honor as it is to make the team, finishing number one, I think it's just that much bigger.
And keep tuning in for updated results. You can visit NBA.com for more. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Brown. Pass to Hachimura. Shot clock at 6. Beal from long range. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Here's Lopez. From the arc. Rebound by the Wizards. Brown's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Brown outside. Shoots from the baseline. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Middleton with it. Picked up by Brown. Lopez passes to Matthews. Back to Lopez. He dishes it to Middleton. Bledsoe for 3. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. The kick out to Brown. Second chance shot. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Matthews against Beal. Middleton for 3. It doesn't go for him. And the Wizards now going the other way. To tie it up. Hits it again. Wow. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Bledsoe against Brown. Bledsoe dishes to Giannis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. The efficiency of Giannis. Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Bucks. To the inside. Antetokounmpo. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
He's unguardable. Nobody been able to contain him here in the 4th quarter. Now 4 of 5 from the field.
Brown finds Brown. To the middle. And finish off by Bryant.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Brown, the pass to Brown. And Shea throws it down hard.
Boy, what a bucket that could prove to be. I mean, that's one they have to have, and Che got it for him.
The Bucks trail. Now here's Bledsoe. Down low. Here's Giannis. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got his 16th rebound on the night. And here's Brown outside. He's off on that one. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Loads it up for Giannis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
It's look at that.
Oh, my goodness. What's up? Absolutely nasty, boy, I tell you. It takes some strength for Che to go for that kind of throwdown in game action. Love it.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Wizards.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
And here's Giannis from outside. It's hauled in by Brown. Wizards leading by 3. Beal with it. Now guarded by Middleton.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Bledsoe against Brown. No good from Bledsoe.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
The Bucks shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by 7. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Che.
And his performance has been a jaw-dropper. It must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. There's 53 seconds left in the game. Again, what an avalanche!
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. Beal with it, now guarded by Bledsoe. Back to Brown. And another one falls! Amazing! And there's 80 points.
Wow. Just wow. This guy right now on another level.
Got it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Patience is a virtue. And Chris Middleton, virtuous.
So it's Washington now, and they go to the intentional foul. It's the first, that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're trailing by 7. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Loads it up for Giannis. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And in addition to his great talent, Antetokounmpo has the reputation of being an outstanding leader as well. He's a clutch player who demands the ball. In these situations. You love that.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Wizards. Another bucket. Wow!
And that ties him for 3rd all-time scoring for a single game. What an incredible performance.
Absolutely. A game not to be forgotten. He has put on a show. Bledsoe, Washington with the rebound. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. From deep. Can't connect.
Well, that's strong defense on Che's part. Did not get a hand on it, but affected the shot.
And so it's the Wizards with the W. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really this one was hanging on the balance late. They showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.
Hey, Shaq here. Another game, another double-double. If you had to choose, which is the greater value to this team, your passing or your scoring?
I don't know, Shaq, man. I have to say my passing and my scoring. I mean, they go together, so how do you pick? That's like asking someone which one of their 2 children are their favorite. That's just something you don't do, you know what I'm saying? But I've learned that from a personal experience. You don't go down that road.
Well, I have 6 kids, and my daughters are my favorites.
Come on, not today. I'm tired.
Sorry, you gotta do some media.
Can I skip it?
Not if you want to get fined.
I'll be there.
Thanks, Jay.
All right. See you in a few.
There's a few in a row for Che and company, and they're starting to get into a nice little rhythm here.
Feeling the flow.
You know they're feeling good just by looking at their body language. They seem loose, like they're having a great time, and sure, some of that comes from the winning itself, but you've got to give credit to the coaching staff. They're doing a phenomenal...
Congrats on being named All-Star Captain, Che.
Oh, thanks, V-Money.
Want to give us a preview of who you're going to pick first? Come on, we've earned it.
Oh, come on, V-Money. You want me to kill all the suspense or what?
I'm just asking.
You should know better than that, man. Wasting a perfectly good question on something I'm not gonna answer. Nope.
Well, what about LeBron?
No, what about nothing, bro? You shot your shot and you bricked. Next question. Matter of fact, you going back to then, not V-Money.